Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel. Big up to everyone that's locked in over on Chelsea Fan TV, and welcome to your earlier than usual daily transfer update. Guys, bringing this one to you at midday UK time, busy for the rest of the day, so got to get it in, guys. So a slightly earlier time than usual. So big up to all of you that are locked in at this different time. As always, guys, make sure you smash like on both streams. Make sure you subscribe to both channels. Remember, people, when we hit 5k on my channel, there will be another giveaway, a Chelsea training top from the range from the new season, which is absolute fire. So you'll get your chance to win one of those potentially. So make sure you're locked in and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, people. And lots to get into, actually, guys, from when we were here last night on the call-in show. Crystal Palace obviously closing in on the Lewis Hall loan deal. He's going to extend his contract before leaving. That's pretty much certain to happen. Chelsea have signed another youngster, Deivid Washington from Santos, 18-year-old Brazilian striker, 20 million euros package, with Santos set to accept the deal. So another youngster is on his way to Chelsea. According to Fabrice Hawkins, a French journalist, Chelsea have made a verbal offer of around £30 million to Michael Olise. Obviously, still, same from Fabrice Hawkins again, is that, you know, there's still interest from Chelsea and Eli Wahi. I wonder if this Washington deal squashes the interest in that, or we're still keen to get Wahi as well. But West Ham, Fulham and Frankfurt are interested. Also, Montpellier want around 40 million euros, whilst Chelsea's first offer was only 30 million euros. And we've also got news on apparently that Ian Maatsen has verbally been offered a new contract by Chelsea as well. And Robert Sanchez has been announced and unveiled at the club as well for this morning around 9:30 UK time, people. So there is lots to get into, as always, people. Let's get involved in the chat, guys. Let me know where you're tuning in from around the world. And let's say hello to a few people. Ryan, hello, mate. The Juve fans are blaming Allegri for making Vlahovic lose confidence. Saying Allegri out, they don't want Lukaku. Again, look, I think it's a better deal for them than it is for us, for sure, I think. But yeah, you know, let's wait and see what happens with that one. What else we got here? Well, another 2 new signings in before Liverpool. I think that's very optimistic, bro. Jacob, big up. Bill, hope you're good. Lobo, afternoon, brother. And Kunku 10, big up. Why aren't we looking at alternatives? Kimmich, because this, I don't know why people keep banging on about this Kimmich thing. Like, it's not happening. It simply isn't happening. There's no links to him at all. But people seem to think we're sort of back in kind of 2007-8 Roman Abramovich era with these Kimmich shouts. It's just, yeah, not for me. It kind of big up my guy Jackson Edits. Hope you're good, brother. Yeah, people keep letting me know where you're tuning in from around the world. Keep letting me know. No, we are looking at alternatives. You know, obviously Edson Alvarez was on the list, but he's very close to joining West Ham now, which is obviously a move that they're looking to bring him in. He's close to West Ham now. He wants to move. Personal terms have been agreed with West Ham. It's just a final fee with Ajax. There's the likes of Tyler Adams on that list. He's got a £20 million relegation release clause at Leeds United. So, yeah, you know, there are options there. Amadou Onana, again, from Everton, is another potential possibility on that list as well, alongside Leonardo Paredes as well from PSG. So there are alternatives on the list, but I still very much firmly believe that, you know, Chelsea will get Moises Caicedo at some point. Yes, big up from Kenya. Big up to all the Chelsea fans out in Africa, out in Kenya. Yes, big up to you guys. But yeah, people, let's dive into the news. And let's start with the news from this morning then, before we go into the sort of another teenage signing. Agreed that we definitely need Caicedo for sure. Let's go through Robert Sanchez's unveiling then, guys. So Chelsea announced this about 9:30 this morning. Here we are. Sanchez seals blue switch. So Chelsea Football Club have completed the transfer of goalkeeper Robert Sanchez from Brighton and Hove Albion. The Spain international, who has made 87 Premier League appearances, has signed a 7-year contract at Stamford Bridge. 7 years, and will soon join up with the first team squad at Cobham. Directors Winstanley and Stewart said, "We're very pleased to welcome Robert to Chelsea, and he adds further quality to our goalkeeping unit. Robert has repeatedly proved himself in the Premier League and been capped by his country. We are excited to watch him work with Maurizio and his coaching team during the season ahead." Sanchez left his homeland to sign for Brighton at just 15 years old and progressed through the academy, had loan spells at Forest Green Rovers and Rochdale before establishing himself as the Seagulls' first choice goalkeeper. He quickly established himself in the Premier League and built a reputation as a fine shot stopper and a goalkeeper commanding a comfortable at building possession and starting attacks. Sanchez's performances during the 21-22 campaign helped the Seagulls keep 11 top-flight clean sheets, a club record in a single Premier League season campaign. And here he is, guys. We can go through a few photos of him as well. Can't lie, to be fair, I would never buy a goalkeeping kit, but the photos do look decent. So we got, here he is here. Just penning that death row contract. Photos of Sanchez. Goalkeeper shirt is looking decent this year. That's actually a really nice shirt. I don't know why that couldn't have been an away kit or a third kit for the actual team. But yeah, plenty of photos of Sanchez. I'm not sure in these photos they seem to be wanting to make him out to look as tall as possible and show that he's got like long arms or something. I don't know what's going on with all these. But yeah, there he is. Robert Sanchez, unveiled, 7-year contract, £25 million total package, 20 million fixed fee with £5 million in add-ons. A lot of photos there of Robert Sanchez, people. But yeah, Robert Sanchez has signed for Chelsea, 7-year contract, people. What are we saying? What are we saying on the Robert Sanchez news, people? What are we saying here? No, mate, you've hardly missed anything, brother. We only started 5 minutes ago. Titan, big up, my guy. I don't want Chelsea to go out and spend big money on a striker. Fair. I don't see it. Big up. Yes, DJ D Live. Big up, my guy. Are Chelsea planning to make Sanchez a starter at some point? Yep. I think the plan is obviously initially Kepa will start as a number one. And then I think in due course, Sanchez will take over. And that is the plan for Robert Sanchez to eventually go on, I think, and be the Chelsea number one. I wouldn't be surprised if he displaced Kepa this season. Good signing. Sanchez is going to be sick for us. I hope so. People need to understand that some youngsters are for the under-21 squad, not necessarily for the first team. For sure. That is also the case. Sanchez is good. He is good with his feet. Yep. I think Sanchez is a good player. I think it's a good signing that. Sanchez will be number one for Chelsea this season. I think so at some point. I'd be shocked if he started this season as number one. I don't see him starting as number one, but certainly I can see him displacing Kepa at some point. We're going to get into that Super Monty 15. Yeah, we're going to get into that news. One CM and an attacking midfielder winger. I don't see Caicedo happening anymore. Fair. Sanchez is way better than Kepa. Hope he comes on number one. Yeah. Excuse me. I think he will become the number one, guys. No two ways about it. At some point in this season, I would expect that to happen. Yeah, brother. These are what they are, mate. You get less time for some serious crimes than you signing contracts at Chelsea. Just watching the unveiling, only seen him a few times, but it'll put pressure on Kepa. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, to be fair, the goalkeeper kit is looking very good. I don't think I've never, ever had the urge to purchase a goalkeeping kit. But this one, mate, this goalkeeping shirt actually looks very, very decent. He's taller than Badiashile. He doesn't need to be made to look tall. No. I know. Robert Sanchez is blue. Yep. Sanchez to start over Kepa. Fair. Ezekiel Palacios can be another weak player we can target. Will cost us 1/3 of the money Brighton are asking for Caicedo. I don't know if his stocks have fallen. He's clearly had a falling out with De Zerbi, but there's still a very, very good goalkeeper there, which is important to point out. Let's wait and see. I've still holding out hope and faith that it does happen, and I believe that. I believe that it will happen, if I'm being honest. I think it will happen, guys. I just don't know when it's going to happen. Let me pick up my guy. We're too far gone now on Caicedo. I think it will. I think it will happen. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I still hold faith that it will happen. And what's important to realise as well, that Chelsea haven't walked away from this. So we're not out of this deal. We're still, I think we're just weighing up what we're going to do next. And then go from there. But we're not out of it. You guys are doing work. Yeah, we certainly are. I don't think Caicedo is coming. Fair. Sanchez is crap. I'm a Brighton fan. I don't think he's crap. I think that he's 25 years old. He's a Spanish international. I certainly don't think he's crap. Yeah, obviously, he whatever happened last season, falling out of De Zerbi thinking still perhaps slightly better playing out from the back. Sanchez has proven he's a very good goalkeeper. Still only 25 years old. So I think it's decent. No, thank you, brother. Yes, mate, big up. Yeah, no, he was last season, but he's still, he was last season, sure, but not on ability, absolutely not. Any info on wages? No. At least we got Saar. Who's Saar? Sanchez. Sorry, yeah. You won't get Caicedo. Let's wait and see. I think we will. We'll see. We'll see who's laughing come the end of the window on this one. Organise our first team before we organise our youth team. Brighton played Colwell and Sanchez. Yep. Yes, big up. Enzo Gallagher pivot versus Liverpool. I don't know if it will. Maybe Santos will be in there. Caicedo won't happen. He's Brighton and only Brighton. I think that's more. Mate, you scared me. Then I thought you were saying. There was a fucking Ornstein exclusive on Caicedo. I didn't. that. Yeah, that was I got a little bit excited then. I slightly misread that, but yeah, it's going to hit differently when we finally get that one. What else have we got here? Deivid Washington is Ronaldo and Benzema regen. Who else have we got here? Basically he's signed now. Let's wait and see when he gets an opportunity. Probably, I would imagine the first time that we will see Robert Sanchez will be in the second round of the Carabao Cup, because of course we're finishing in the bottom half of the league last season. We didn't get a bye to the third round. We are in on the second round. So I imagine towards the end of this month is when we will see Robert Sanchez making his debut, people. I think that is when we will see it. All good, all good. 90 million plus 10. Yeah, let's wait and see. Brighton think they can be compared with us. Yeah, no, absolutely not. Caicedo, Kante type impact, in my opinion. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, you absolutely were last season. Need to concentrate more on our first team squad and less on all these unknown wonder kids. No depth in up to our first team squad currently. No midfield and Kunku injured. Look, there's a few more bits that need to be done. Look, let's wait and see. No, the Ukraine game is tonight. The game for Ukraine at Stamford Bridge. That's tonight. And then so that game is tonight. But yeah, guys, Robert Sanchez has signed 7-year contract. He's unveiled. He's happy to be here. Let's wait and see how he does. I think he can dispossess Kepa from the number 1 slot this season, people. So yeah, let's wait and see what happens on that one, guys. But yeah, he signed. I think we'll see his debut in the second round of the Carabao Cup. I wouldn't expect to see him before then because he's got no time to play in any games before the Liverpool game. He's been with the under-18s training with Brighton. So yeah, let's wait and see how he does. But I'd imagine Carabao Cup round 2 is when we'll see the Robert Sanchez debut. By the way, people, keep running the likes up, guys. We're on 40 likes already. We've got 100 likes target again. So yeah, 40 likes. We're almost halfway there. Hover over that thumb button. Give it a click, guys. It massively helps out. Run the likes up on both streams, people. Let's get towards that 100 mark again, like we've hit every day so far for the last 2 weeks. Let's continue that on, guys, if we can. So yeah, don't be shy. You don't freeload the content either. Pay your rent, people. It's free content. All you need to do is smash that like button. Let's run these up towards the 100 marks, guys. Let's do it. Right then, what have we got here? Let's bring up. Let's get into the main news from last night after we went off air. And this another one that's just come out of nowhere. Like Sanchez virtually came out of nowhere. Like Disasi came out of nowhere. There'd been absolutely nothing on this kid. No links whatsoever. And then suddenly last night, bang. Is it Deivid or Deivid? I'm not really sure how to pronounce that. Washington, which is probably the least Brazilian name imaginable at this point in time. Let me find it. Where have I've just lost that. Let me zoom in a little bit on this, people. So Deivid or David Washington has now imminent to Chelsea after official bid submitted for the 2005 born Brazilian striker. Washington has agreed personal terms and wants Chelsea move. Strasbourg loan to follow. 20 million euro package bid submitted. Santos set to accept. So, yeah, this is it, guys. Another youngster signing to go alongside the many we've already signed in Angelo Gabriel, Diego Moreira, possibly Ugochukwu you could involve in that list as well. Orange and grey kit behind me is I think it's the Chelsea, I think it's like 93, 94 away kit. I quite like it. So yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, I don't really know anything about this guy, to be perfectly honest. I mean, I did a little bit of research on Twitter, a few accounts saying that let me try and find it. A few accounts say this is it. So the Elastico, which is kind of a Brazilian football specialist account, and let me just read what they're saying about Washington. So out of nowhere comes news: Chelsea are close to signing Deivid Washington from Santos. So who is he? It's been nothing short of a meteoric rise for the recently turned 18-year-old. He was only promoted to the Santos senior squad a few months ago when Marcos Leonardo left for the Brazilian Under-20 World Cup. He only has 16 senior games, most as a sub, and 2 goals. And now in comes Chelsea. But according to Globo, which is a Brazilian outlet, Madrid, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, Dortmund, and Monaco have all been scouting him. At Santos, Washington has been considered one of their top youngsters for a couple of years now. Many expected him to be their starting number 9 with a likely eventual sale of Marcos Leonardo, Brazilian under-20 striker who's been strongly linked with Roma in the last few weeks. But Chelsea scouts have gone straight for the next in line. Washington is affectionately nicknamed Presidente by Santos fans due to his last name. Fair, makes sense. And many consider him a star in the making. Washington used to be a left winger, but as part of Santos's famous academy, trained across forward positions on the right wing and then centre forward before settling as a 9. You can see evidence of this in his all-round profile. So Washington is technically proficient with a nice first touch and impressive dribbling skills. Likes to drop deep, roam to the sides, very dynamic player. Can pick out a pass as he likes to be involved in build-up play. Has an array of finishing at his disposal. Has started bulking up his slight frame, but more to go. All in all, another high-ceiling gem spotted by Chelsea scouts who is still very raw. Most exciting, in my opinion, is the well-rounded nature of his talent and profile. He needs to bulk up physically, get his head up a bit more when dribbling to make the right calls at times, but there's no denying the natural talent. A loan is very much necessary for him. Maybe this will be Strasbourg. I'd actually prefer he be loaned back to Santos for now if they indeed sell Leonardo, as he'd have the starting spot if so. So a little bit of an overview there of Washington. I mean, guys, what are your thoughts on Washington then, people? I mean, it's it's another young Brazilian striker. I don't really know what to go for here, to be honest. I don't really know what to make of it. Yes, Jose, big up my guy. Chelsea, big up. Chelsea, big up. We cannot loan more than 3 players to Strasbourg. So it's Angelo, Washington, and Leslie. Yeah, it looks like that could potentially be the 3. Watch some YouTube highlights on him, which is not the best way to gauge a player, but looks quick and good feet and can score. Yep, fair enough. I have no hope. We wasted another 20 million for a kid. Avoid Washington YouTube show reels. Nothing to see. Buying potential. Yeah, of course we're buying potential. No, Reece James will start. Why are we putting 20 to 30 million euros on so many randoms? I know it's worked well and we've got some gems like Jackson, etc., but it feels more akin to gambling than actual transfer strategy. Look, I think the idea behind this is to accumulate some of the best young talent from across the globe, loan them out to our multi-club model clubs, and then obviously some will work out for the first team and others won't, but they'll be young enough for it to still make a profit, and they've got resale value because they're all at a very good age. We need first team players, not kids. Well, look, this is not for the first team. This is certainly for the future. So let's wait and see what happens there. What else have we got here? News on Simon Phillips. I'll have a look at that. It's not really a gamble. It's fully data driven. Yeah, look, look, at the end of the day, like, these signings are all data driven. The scouting network is extensive. The scouts have discovered some very good players. I mean, Angelo looks like a really decent player. I mean, some people are even saying that, Angelo should be part of the first team squad. But when we signed him, people were like, oh, why are we doing that? So yeah, it's an interesting one. It is an interesting one. But yeah, look, I'm not against it personally. I just think that it is what it is. Like most of these signings, I think ultimately football's a business. At the end of the day, it's a business. So you want to make money. The best way to make money is, of course, is by winning, but it's also by buying players young and selling them on for profit as well. So again, not all of course, not all of these signings are going to work out, but ultimately by buying them and at the age that they're at, there's a lot of resale value still there. So even if they don't work out, sort of 16, 17 million pounds, we can still make a profit on these players. And I agree, Michael, that a lot of these signings will be to make profit. Of course they will. And only a few will work out. But by buying a lot of good talent, the best talent will make it. And the other talent, whilst maybe they won't make it at Chelsea, will be good enough to make it somewhere else. And you can almost certainly sell on for a profit as well. So, yeah, look, I'm certainly not against this way of operating. I like the way that the club are operating within the transfer market. But, yeah, of course, it's fair to say that, it's not the most kind of exciting where we're just signing young kids left, right, and centre when we are desperate still for first team reinforcements. I do get that. I don't know. That's the big question, and that's the question that we'll only get the answer to in a year to 2 years' time. We're not going to get the answer to those questions right now, people. That's the reality. Why do people moan about buying young talent? If they are good enough, they are in the first team. If not, they are sold. Yeah, this is exactly it. Like I think this is win-win really for the club when you look at it. It's win-win because you either get players for the first team very cheaply, or you end up making a profit on the players anyway. So I don't see personally how Chelsea can really lose in this situation, guys. Yes, it's frustrating because we desperately need first team signings, but I just don't see how we lose in this situation because we're getting talented youngsters. And yeah, I just look. I think this is decent for us, people. I can't lie. I think it's good. I know absolutely F all about Washington. I'd never heard, like other people, I had never ever heard of him until last night. Didn't even know he existed until last night. So yeah, no, but this is yeah, but I appreciate that. No, but this is the thing, Raul. I actually think we will get our money back. I think we will get our money back. You're not, put it this way, you're not going to look, I'm not saying you're going to make your money back on every single one of them, but the vast majority, if we end up selling them, then we will make our money back. Exactly, we can't lose. This cost is spread across two clubs. They run in parallel. Different people are responsible for different things. Yeah, and again as well, guys, this is what's really important is that Chelsea at the start of the window would have allocated a certain amount of funds to buying these young talents, and then there's also a separate transfer budget for the first team. It's not like we're dipping. It's not like Chelsea have only got one bank account and we're dipping into this 20 million euros here. We could have put that to Caicedo, but we're taking 20 million euros out of the first team bank account and we're putting it towards this. There are separate accounts for these things. Separate money has been allocated for these kind of deals. And then we've got the money allocated for the first team. Now, Chelsea might not necessarily have an allocated first team budget, an exact number, because they don't know how much Caicedo is going to cost, but they've got ideas of what they want to bring in. And then however much it costs is however much it costs. But like, this is people getting confused and thinking that, we could have used this 20 million euros to add another 20 million to the Caicedo deal. We're not taking money away from the Caicedo deal, guys. I understand, like you view it that way, and you can see that we've got that money to spend there. Why aren't we adding an extra 20 million to Caicedo? Like we're not taking money away from these deals, people. We aren't taking money away, guys. That I want to make that very very clear on this front. But it's another young talent. I mean, who have we even signed this? Who have we even signed? Like these youngsters. So obviously Washington, Angelo Gabriel, Cucurella. That's 3. I'm trying to think who else has come. I mean, Diego Moreira was a free transfer, so that doesn't cost any money. But those are definitely 3 sort of big money signings. I'm trying to think who else what other youngsters we have we've signed through this Blueco model. I don't really know what other ones we've signed. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, so Cucurella, Angelo, and Washington. Those are Those are the three that we've spent the big money on, the three youngsters we spent big money on. Obviously, Eli Wahi potentially could be one that also comes in as well. I don't really know. Yeah, Dujon Richards again can't play until he's 18. He can't sign for the club until he's 18. So yeah, let's kind of wait and see on that front. We're going to need to buy our Portuguese feeder club soon because there's no more space at Strasbourg. Yeah, we are going to need to get another one very soon. But I think what Chelsea are doing, and Strasbourg should be delighted with this, is that we are stocking Strasbourg with some very good players. We've also invested a lot of money into Strasbourg so they can buy decent players as well. And I think the idea is with Strasbourg is to get a similar situation that RB Salzburg and RB Leipzig have got, where both clubs make it into the Champions League. So this is a big season for Strasbourg as well. We might even, guys, I've got to be honest, we might even be doing some Strasbourg watch-alongs this season to see how the boys are getting on. We may well be doing some Strasbourg watch-alongs. Who knows, guys? Who knows? But yeah, it's another youngster. I haven't really got too much more to add on the Washington signing. But look, I appreciate it. It feels like we are signing a lot of players. Yeah. But Arsene Zakarian is one that Strasbourg will sign permanently. So it's a way of getting round where to put the money because of obviously the sanctions on Russian banks, etc. That the UK have got. Maybe in France it's slightly different. So Zakarian is going to sign. Looks like they're trying to get him to sign for Strasbourg, and then obviously Chelsea at some point can take Zakarian off Strasbourg and bring him to the first team. So. Yeah, there are little ways around this sort of stuff. But yeah, I mean, don't see us giving right on the money they want. I don't know. We're going to get into that a little bit later on as well, people. By the way, guys, 80 of us locked in on my channel, 58 likes. Let's creep ever closer towards the 100 likes mark, guys. Another 40 odd to go. So you know what to do, people. Don't freeload the content. Pay your rent, guys. Hover over that thumb button, give it a click. It takes seconds. It's your rite of passage when you enter the stream, guys. Let's run these likes up on both channels and make sure you subscribe to both channels as well if you haven't done so already, guys. If you're not subscribed to my channel, guys, the quicker we get to 5K, then there's going to be another giveaway. So yeah, a giveaway for a Chelsea training top from the new range for the upcoming season. Hit the link in the chat, guys. Hit the subscribe button. It takes you seconds. It's free content. It massively helps me out. I would greatly appreciate it. So please do that, you lovely people. Let's get the subscribers up, guys. Let's get them up. Yunus Musa is a good player. Again, he impressed at the World Cup. He's gone to AC Milan. Chelsea will probably put a right to first refusal clause on Zakarian's contract. I don't even think we need to do that. I think Strasbourg are fully aware that, you know, we've got our pick of who we want from their side when the time comes, guys. I think that's pretty clear. I think that's pretty fair and obvious to see that. Johnny, who do you see us getting if Caicedo doesn't happen? That's a tricky one. Maybe someone like Tyler Adams, maybe Romeo Lavia. He still hasn't gone to Liverpool yet, but the fact that Chelsea don't seem to be moving fast on any other midfield targets, at least publicly, we haven't withdrawn from the Caicedo thing either. So yeah, for me, I think that, you know, we're still all in on that. We're just weighing up what we're going to do next because their next bid has to be the winning bid, in my opinion. It has to be the one that gets the job done. Chelsea will probably put we've done that. No like versions. Yes, come on, people, come on. Deivid signing came out of nowhere. Yeah, it did. To be fair, guys, the last three signings, even Cucurella as well, 4, and Disasi. We've had Sanchez, Cucurella, Disasi, and this Washington signing. Now, the last 4 signings the club have made have literally all appeared out of nowhere. No real links to them at all, and then suddenly, bang, we're here. It's yeah, kind of mad, really. Enzo Gallagher pivot 1 week left. Yeah, it's peak. Tyler Adams is currently injured. Where's big up my guy? I'd consider us to get Olise done quickly, as if Man City sniff around, we could lose a Premier League proven talent potentially. Yeah. Deepesh, that's not been decided yet. I think the original plan was to loan him out to Strasbourg, but he has impressed quite a lot in the pre-season. But if we're being totally honest, I don't think he's going to feature much for the first team this season at Chelsea. So I would imagine that he will end up going on loan. Whether it's Strasbourg or not remains to be seen. I'd take Luis from Benfica, Enzo's former wingman. Again, there's not really been any links with him. A lot of people do mention him, though. Roseanne, big up. Appreciate you tuning in, as always. Thank you for the support, brother. Good. We are finally working in silence. Makes negotiations much more effective. Yeah. I mean, we seem to be working in silence on most deals, but this Caicedo one is obviously very, very public at this point in time. But yeah, look, Washington, I mean, we're not really going to know how good this guy's going to be for at least a couple of years. To be in all honesty, mate, some of these guys might not ever actually play for Chelsea. They could just be swallowed up in a loan system for a number of years and then just sold for a profit. So, yeah, we may see some of these youngsters. We may not. I've got absolutely no idea whether we're gonna see Washington play for the club or not. But we're certainly not going to see him for at least a year or a minimum of a year. I think probably a bit more than that. I suspect he might go out on loan for maybe 2 years. Could be more. So let's wait and see on that front as to what happens, guys. What else have we got popping off then? Let's move away from the Wonder Kid signings then. And let's move on to another potential signing, Michael Olise. Now, according to Fabrice Hawkins, we have got, is it this one here? Yeah, this is it here. Apparently, Chelsea have made a verbal offer of around 30 million euros for Michael Olise. His release clause is around 40 million euros, so 35 million pounds. So Chelsea have offered probably around 25, 26 million. They are waiting to learn more about the evolution of his injury before making a written proposal. The player and Chelsea have agreed terms in principle. Now, there were reports during the rounds that Olise would be out till October with a hamstring injury he picked up whilst on international duty with France at the European under-21s. So, yeah, I think Chelsea will wait on that. Is it reason to not sign Olise that he can't play till October? No. But ideally, we would certainly want someone to come in and play, be able to play pretty much immediately if we're being totally honest with ourselves here, guys. We would want someone to come in and play pretty much straight away, really. So him not being available till October could be a bit of a problem if we're being totally honest with ourselves. Yeah, I mean, a verbal proposal, I think that I can't see Crystal Palace accepting that if it's less than the money being asked. Again, the stuff on Mohamed Kudus has gone a little bit quiet, so I don't really know what we're gonna do. I'll get into this. Thoughts on the Zubamende as an alternative? Probably not, in my opinion. Thoughts on Paredes link? Yeah, shite. Not a fan of him. Top Bins, big up. Same shit, different day. Yet another one that gets signed. Yet we're still not willing to go the extra mile for Caicedo. I don't know if it's we're not willing to. I think we are willing to. It's just that we seem to be taking our time to decide what exactly it is that we want to do. Brighton are taking the piss out of our club. If we really want to get Caicedo done, we shouldn't wait any longer. No, I hear you on that. We should snub the Vlahovic swap. Fair. Vieira has a big job at Strasbourg as well, by the way. Going to be serious pressure with all these additions. Yeah, no, it absolutely is. But I think it could be. I think it's an exciting job now. Don't think we need Olise as winger. Is not a top priority, but Olise is more of a 10 that can play on the right hand side as well. So it's not exactly a winger signing. It's more of a number 10 signing. Olise is proper Chelsea, so bring him in. Yeah, he came through Cobham, the academy. Showed a lot of quality to the top Premier League clubs, especially he played with Crystal Palace. Yep. Let's get him done. What about Kudus? Yeah, again, with Kudus, like, there's not really much of an update. Personal terms are pretty much agreed with Kudus, but, you know, no bid has been forthcoming yet from Chelsea. Now, obviously, Ajax bought in Carlos Borges, I think, the young Man City talent, who was very close to West Ham, but they hijacked it, which some people thought, well, that could have been a Kudus replacement. But as of yet, nothing's materialised for Kudus, and well, certainly not on Chelsea's end. There's obviously interest there, but there's there's been no bid submitted for Mohamed Kudus. So yeah, we just have to kind of wait and see what's going to happen on that front with him, guys. Typical Chelsea to sign an injured player to replace an injured player. I know, let's sign Tony. He can't play for months. Look, I think with Olise, like obviously, ideally, we would like him to feature as quickly as possible, but at the same time, I don't think it's like with him or Kudos. I'm happy with either one. I really am happy with either one. Whichever one works out, whichever one the club go for. I think both have got qualities. So I'm happy with either. I'll probably edge slightly towards Kudos because I think he's a bit more rounded and would fit better in a Pochettino system. But Olise, very, very, very talented as well. Olise will be good addition. Chelsea, we need squad depth because Premier League's very tough. Really not sure about Olise at 10. He's only done it at Reading, really, in his career. No, but he's also done it at Palace. He has played as a number 8 at Palace as well at times. I think there's a talented, versatile player there. Got 12 assists at Palace. Yeah, he was in the top 4 or 5 assist makers in the league last season, playing in a team like Palace. I just want to get rid of Lukaku ASAP. Yeah, brother, me and you and everyone. Who is better, Kudos or Olise? Again, they've both got different qualities. I'd say that Kudos is a more rounded play, fits the Pochettino system better. But I think Olise has probably got more talent and potentially a higher ceiling. Pay them 100 million and get Caicedo. Yeah, I hear you. I prefer Kudos. For Pochettino's system, Kudos is better than Olise. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would agree on that. But Fabrice Hawkins reporting that Chelsea could be taking a little bit of a step closer to getting Olise, but again, it's not concrete. It's only a verbal proposal. No official bid has gone in yet, so we're going to have to wait and see how that develops. But it looks like there could be some stuff going on. Let's wait and see. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens. Anyone that's a boxing fan, by the way, Anthony Joshua Dillian White fight update. Dillian White's doping test has returned adverse analytical findings. The fight has been cancelled. So Joshua White is cancelled, guys, for any boxing fans. Anyway, it looks like the Olise stuff could be potentially moving forward a little bit, but let's wait and see what happens there, because we haven't really had much news. Again, it's just a verbal proposal. Let's wait and see until an official written proposal goes in. But I think Chelsea are certainly thinking about it, and the Nkunku injury is definitely going to be one that we need to get a bit of a move on in with if we don't want to miss out on Olise. Let's have a look. Kudos is clear. Olise is an inverted winger which fits Poch, and he isn't scared to go one-on-one dribbling like Sterling. I think Angelo will be loaned. Olise is just Ziyech with a bit more pace. Fair. It's on Sunday, a week Sunday. Michael Olise picked Chelsea over Man City. Fair. I'm starting to get worried that we haven't got a midfielder in for Liverpool. Brother, I'll be honest, mate. I don't think we're getting a midfielder in for Liverpool. If we're being totally 100% honest with ourselves, I'd be shocked if this Caicedo deal was done for Liverpool. If Caicedo is going to feature against Liverpool, we need to get the here we go absolute latest on Thursday, and then he needs to be registered by next Friday. We need to be registered by Friday at midday so he can feature in that week, in the first weekend round of fixtures. So we need the here we go on latest Thursday. So I just can't see that happening. Michael Olise picked Chelsea. I think he probably would. In fairness, I'm starting to get. I've done that Sunday yet. Also, Palacios from Leverkusen might not be a bad choice. Liverpool. To be fair, though, Liverpool haven't looked that great. Yes, they've got really, really good forward options, but they actually haven't got that. Like defensively, they're letting in a lot of goals. They're playing a very high line, and we've got pace and attack that can certainly cause them damage. Their midfield, guys, is not amazing. Yes, they've got Soboslai, they've got McAllister, but in terms of defensive-minded players, they haven't really got. They haven't got that many. They haven't really got that many. So look, I don't think at this point in time, you probably say that Liverpool are perhaps in a better position than Chelsea. But I think we're solid defensively and we look dangerous going forward. It's just the midfield that is obviously lacking quite severely at this point in time. But I wouldn't say it's a foregone conclusion that, as you say, that Liverpool absolutely run through us. I really don't think. I really don't think that's the case at all. By the way, guys, we're still only on 65 likes, people. Let's run these likes up, guys. Come on, people. Pay your rent, guys. Pay your rent. Smash that like button. let's get this to 100 likes again. We need to hit the 100 likes, guys. So please do smash a like. I can't stress how important it is and how much of a big difference such a small action makes from you people. So let's get this up to 100 likes, guys. You know, it's free. It takes seconds. The content's free. It's great interacting with you guys. You type your messages in the chat, which is great. So please get the let's get the likes up, people. Let's get this towards 100. We've hit 100 likes every day for the last 2 weeks almost now. So let's get those 100 likes again, guys. Come on, guys. You can do this. Don't let me down, people. Don't let me down. But yeah, Olise, it looks like we're moving a little bit closer on that one, which is exciting, guys. It certainly is exciting. So let's wait and see what happens on that. Very good loan option. Before we're going to come on to that. Olise is an inverted winger, which suits Poch as a winger. Olise, talented winger, isn't scared to take. Oh, we've done that. Mudryk had to start over Sterling for some. Yep, Sterling is nowhere near the starting lineup at this point in time. But yeah, guys, let's wait and see what happens with what am I saying? Let's wait and see what happens with the Michael Olise news and deal. See if that progresses much at all. Let's see how we get on with that one. But obviously a verbal proposal has supposedly been sent in. So yeah, people, let's wait and see what happens on that front, guys. Let's wait and see. Anyway, from there, people, let's move on. And let's talk about Lewis Hall, and then let's talk about Ian Maatsen. So two of our young, very talented players. And now we've got here, as we were discussing on the show yesterday, the reports were close. Now this is now getting advanced. Crystal Palace are closing in on Lewis Hall loan deal with Chelsea. Talks are at advanced stages, almost agreed, with final details being discussed. Hall expected to extend his contract at Chelsea, which is great news, before leaving. Now, I think this is a really, really great loan for Lewis Hall. Chelsea have got a good record of sending players on loan to Crystal Palace. We've sent Ruben Loftus-Cheek there, who did very well. We sold them Mark Guehi, who's done very well there. And we sent Conor Gallagher on loan there as well. And he ended up being their player of the season. So, we've got a good relationship with Crystal Palace. Chelsea have got loan players have got a good record going from Chelsea to Palace. And I think this is a really good move for Hall. Obviously, Roy Hodgson is not the most progressive manager. I think that's fair to say without being disrespectful to old Roy. But I think he can do really well. It's going to be interesting to see where he actually plays Lewis Hall, because obviously Lewis Hall, in his own right, says that he is a central midfield player, and that is his preferred position. But is he going to play in midfield for Palace? Is he going to be playing at left back, or is he going to do a little bit of both? I'm not really sure what we're looking at here with Hall. I mean, obviously Lewis Hall playing in central midfield would be great to see a bit more of him there. Could be another potentially decent option in there. But ultimately, I wouldn't mind seeing more of him at left back, because he's a very good crosser of the football, and you wouldn't want that to be wasted, really. So I'm kind of happy wherever he plays. Yes, we'd like to see more of him at left back, but ultimately, I think we can. Yeah, I think it's. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a good loan move. I think it's great that he's signing a new contract. But at the same time, I think we are. I think he could have still played a part this season, but ultimately we're in the position that we're in, and there's no offers for Cucurella, which we'll come on to shortly. Lewis Hall could do with some more experience. A Premier League loan would be absolutely fantastic for him to play week in, week out. And I'm sure Chelsea will be doing their due diligence and ascertaining whether... yeah, bro, I was just saying this because Dillian White, that fraud, has returned an adverse doping test. So, yeah, let's wait and see what happens. Wait for further news on that. But yeah, the fight is cancelled, unfortunately. But that's obviously on Dillian White, the fraud. But yeah, back to football. Yeah, Lewis Hall. I would have liked to have seen him stay personally, but obviously due to the circumstances and the makeup of the squad and how many players we've got in that position, let's wait and see what happens with that one. So yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting one. I'm not really sure where we're at with this right now. But yeah, let's wait and see on that one. You know, I think it will be a good signing for Palace. I think he'll certainly play well there. I think there's lots to look forward to with Lewis Hall in terms of the ability of the player and how good a player he is. So yeah, guys, let's wait and see how he does. I mean, people, do you think Lewis Hall should have stayed at the club? I mean, do you think he could have got the relevant minutes he needs? I mean, obviously, it would have been ideal if he could have stayed. I think he's more than talented to stay. But I also feel that a loan move is definitely going to be really good for his development. No two ways about it. A loan move is going to be really good for his development. So let's wait and see how he progresses. I think it's going to be really good on that front. So you know, I'm looking forward to seeing how he does. There's certainly going to be he's certainly going to get a lot of minutes. He's going to be exposed to Premier League football on a weekly basis. So yeah, I think this is a great loan move. I think ultimately Lewis Hall has to play more regularly. Lobo absolutely needs that week in week out exposure to the Premier League. A full season of senior football under his belt, because whilst he's obviously played Premier League football, he's not been a regular in his senior career at this point in time. Obviously, he's still very young, but he's not been a regular in his senior career. So let's wait and see what happens on that front. But yeah, I don't know. It is going to be an interesting one. Daryl, big yourself up. Appreciate you subscribing, whichever channel it was. The subscription is greatly appreciated. But yeah, guys, Lewis Hall out on loan. I think when he comes back next season, I think we're going to be in a good position, and I think Lewis Hall will be in a position where he is going to be challenging for a starting spot, and certainly featuring on a much more regular basis than he has done in the past. But for that to happen, Chelsea, I think, for me, are going to have to sell Marc Cucurella in order for that to happen. But yeah, that's where we're at. Lewis Hall's going to sign a new contract, which is fantastic. One of the most promising talents coming out of Chelsea. And then we are, of course, going to see what happens with Cucurella. We're going to see what happens with Ian Maatsen as well. But yeah, Lewis Hall on loan to Crystal Palace is a great move, I think, for all parties concerned, and one that I'm certainly excited about, and one that I am really looking forward to seeing how he develops, guys. Really looking forward to seeing how he develops. But yeah, let's have a look on the other news then, guys. Yes, Daryl, big up my guy. I appreciate that massively. We're going to get into the Ian Maatsen news now then, and obviously news surrounding Ian Maatsen. It's been confirmed subsequently by this Evening Standard as well. And there's Caicedo there, but Felix coming with what he calls an exclusive, whatever. I mean, is it an exclusive? Don't really know, but yeah, with some news that Ian Maatsen has been verbally offered a new contract by Chelsea through his agents. Maatsen was up for sale at the beginning of the window for 25 million, but valuation not met. And after impressing in pre-season, he is set to stay in the first team squad if a contract is agreed, which is great news. Great news. I think, obviously, you know, myself included, I'm happy to hold my hands up on this one, that Maatsen was one of the players that, come the end of the window, obviously finishing his loan at Burnley, where he did very well, got in the Championship team of the season, was a massive part of that side that won the title. As far as I was concerned, he was certainly one that was going to be moved on. In my opinion, you know, I had obviously wasn't really sure if he was good enough for Chelsea necessarily. I thought we would maybe loan him out again, or we would certainly sell him. So yeah, it's absolutely a pleasant surprise that he's done so well in pre-season. He's shown how good a player he is, how versatile he is as well. He hasn't actually even played once at left back in the pre-season, which is predominantly what he is, a left back / left wing back. So yeah, it is kind of mad that we are in a position where, you know, we have got Ian Maatsen and Lewis Hall, two phenomenally talented players, but they're both going to have to. They're meant, obviously, Hall's going to have to go out on loan. Maatsen, I think, could still go on loan, but he is obviously going to sign a contract, hopefully sign a new contract. But and stay in the first team squad. My concern here is only slight concern is that where does Maatsen kind of get the regular minutes that he deserves? Because I don't think we're going to see him on play in the front line really that much, because if a Kudos or an Olise comes in, I can't see him playing there. And then maybe to be fair, Poch, is going to be that sort of guy that is going to put Maatsen ahead of Cucurella, because Maatsen has impressed him much more. Let's wait and see what happens on that front, people. But yeah, it's certainly an exciting one. So let's wait and see what happens with Maatsen. But yeah, I'm really excited with him. He's certainly proven me wrong. He's certainly proven in pre-season that he is a top player. And there's lots to be excited about by his future. And a new contract is absolutely thoroughly deserved. £25 million for a player of his quality is an absolute steal, given how high his ceiling is and how high his potential is. And then also adding that, understand Cucurella has not impressed Pochettino in pre-season. Obviously, he's not really impressed anyone in pre-season, if we're being perfectly honest. And Chelsea have made Cucurella available for sale, but are yet to receive any official offers, despite some initial interest early in the transfer window. Now, with Cucurella, I think this could be one where he's not safe until the transfer window closes. Like right up until deadline day, Cucurella is going to be up for sale. It's simple as that. He's going to be up for sale right until deadline day, and I personally feel this could be one that we see maybe leave in the last days of the window, or even on the deadline day if a suitable offer comes in. But I just can't see, guys, where that suitable offer is going to be. I really can't see where that's coming from. I mean, maybe some teams will reassess their options later in the window, but I just cannot see where. I just cannot see where a decent offer comes in for Chelsea. I mean, we spent what, 50 plus £million, 63 million with all the add-ons, which if we sell him, those add-ons won't be hit. I don't know what happens in that situation, but I mean, realistically, guys, like obviously without taking the piss, serious offers here. What do we think is an acceptable offer for Marc Cucurella if one was to come in? What do we think, people? I mean, £40 million, is that a respectable offer? Do you think we could get £40 million for him? We don't want to be taking really much less than that, because that's a big loss on a player. 35-40 million pounds. Yeah, Scotty, I hear you, brother. Like that. I'll be honest, mate. I was gassing that window up, like a lot of us were. A lot of us were gassing that window up, and it's actually turned out that it's turned out to be nowhere near as good as we thought it was. What was that window? Obviously, Fofana was the best signing for sure, but he's just been injury prone constantly. So that is a slight problem. I mean, yeah, it's that he's been the best signing, but in terms of Cucurella's not worked out well so far. Raheem Sterling's not worked out at all. Aubameyang was a disaster as well. Koulibaly's already come in and sold. That first window was fucking awful, and it goes to show that why the difference between having an actual scouting system and like directors in place compared to not. We all thought that was a really, really great window, and as more time has gone by, it's been an absolute disaster. It has been an absolute disaster. There's no two ways about it, people. It has been an absolutely shocking window. I don't think we can say anything more than that. That first window was an absolute shambles, people. An absolute shambles looking back on it. I still think Fofana will work out well for us, but the rest have either been sold or the jury is massively out on Cucurella and massively out on Raheem Sterling. So what are people saying in the chat? Newcastle and Atletico wanted him in earlier in the window. 40 million, 30 to 40, 35, 35, 30 mil and a bucket of KFC. Fair. 40 million, give us Gilmour back. Gilmour's not coming back. Just get him out. Cucurella on a par to be the worst Chelsea signing in history. I think I can't see anyone taking that off Romelu Lukaku, if we're being honest. Is Nkunku really injured and out for weeks, if not months now? Well, that Chelsea are hopeful that it's going to be weeks and not months, but again, that's more optimism than actual fact. We haven't got a time frame on the Nkunku injury. Anuka, big up. Sterling also needs to be sold or dropped till he starts to reform. He's in bloody off. Yeah, he has. He shouldn't be in the team at all. Panic window that was. It's looking like it now. What else have we got here? Disgraceful player shouldn't be wearing a Chelsea badge. Fair. What do you think of this window? I think this window's been good. But of course, we need more. We need more people. We do need more. But look, I've been massively impressed with the rate of the clear out and how big the clear out's been. We've got some good deals done, but the one deal that we've desperately needed all summer still isn't done, and the season is 1 week away now. So yeah, there's room for improvement, people. And talking of room for improvement, guys, 85 likes, another 15 likes required for the 100 likes, people. So let's get this done. Let's knock these off real quickly, guys. Approaching the hour mark, probably got another 10, 15 minutes to go until I've got to shoot off, but let's run this up to 100 likes, guys. Don't freeload the content, people. Pay your rent. Hover over that thumb button, give it a click. It massively helps out. Let's run the likes up. 100 likes required. There's 85 of you locked in over on my channel. So please run the likes up and let's knock off these last 15 likes, people. It's easy, it's free, it's simple, and it's a really easy way to support me. And I massively, massively appreciate it. So please do run the likes up, guys. Don't be freeloading the content. Help me out. Yeah, 107 likes on Chelsea Fan TV, but on my channel, it's only on 89 likes now. Final 11 likes, guys. Knock those likes off. And also, people, make sure you subscribe to the channel as well, guys. Remember, at 5K subscribers on my channel, there will be a giveaway for a Chelsea training top, guys. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed for your chance to win. The quicker we get there, the quicker we will have a chance of you have a chance of winning a Chelsea training top from the new range. So hit the link in the chat, subscribe to the channel. It massively helps me out, and it's free. It's free, guys. All you've got to do is click one button, and it's free. You can all do that. You're all top people. You watch every day. We're here every single day, giving you the free content. So 2 favors is smash a like and subscribe to the channel. I think we can definitely all do that. So let's run it up, people, and let's make sure that we do that, guys. Anyway, yeah, bro, it's free rent. It's a smash of the like button and it's a clicking the subscribe button. It's 2 things that massively, massively help out, that literally take combined less than 10 seconds. So yeah, final 7 likes to the 100 likes, people. You know, final 7 likes to the 100 likes, guys. Yes, keep smashing it. But yeah, Ian Maatsen, fantastic. Delighted to see him doing so well in the preseason, and I think he can definitely do well and have a role to play in the first team squad this season. I just don't know how often he's going to play. I think that's going to be interesting to see, because if a Kudos or an Olise comes in, that then means that that also means what we're gonna. I mean, that also means that maybe that limits Maatsen's minutes even further if Olise or Kudos comes in. But I think, look, the plan could easily be to have Cucurella play instead. For him to play instead. No, top bins. The shirt is not available until the 16th of August. So I'm holding out hope that there will be no shirt sponsor announced until after then. That is what I'm hoping for. There'll be no shirt sponsor announced until after the 16th, so the sponsorless shirt can be purchased. But no, you won't be able to buy it on match day next week. Should be using Maatsen over buying Olise and Kudos, both injury prone. But again, Maatsen is not an attacking player. He's just proven that he's versatile and can, of course, do the job. But yeah, let's wait and see what happens on that one, guys, with Maatsen and how often he's going to play. But it looks like he's going to be set to offered a new contract. I'm sure he'll sign it, and he looks set to stick with the first team, which would be massive. It would be massive, but again, I don't really know how often he's going to feature at this point in time. It's going to depend on incomings as well. So let's kind of wait and see on that front. But I think he's too smart of a footballer to be wasted at left back. I do think he's better further forward because, of course, at Burnley, yes, he played left back, but he was playing left wing back. He was playing very, very high up the pitch. And I think that is where he does look better, a lot higher up the pitch. So let's wait and see what happens with that one. But yeah, it's important that we don't get carried away for sure. As an attacker, he's played well. He needs coaching. He's still young. He's got a high ceiling, 21 years of age. But the fact that Chelsea are really impressive him, Pochettino's been impressed with him as well. That counts for a lot. So yeah, let's kind of wait and see what happens with him. But the fact that Chelsea are seemingly open to offers for Cucurella makes a big difference. It really does. What else have we got here? I think it could be Sterling, Mudryk, and Kunku, Maatsen, Olise, Madueke, Maatsen. Maatsen can easily have a role. Yeah, look, Maatsen can certainly have a role. But I'm just holding judgment until like the window's closed, and then we'll be able to firmly see what his role will be, because there'll be no more signings coming in. So then we'll find out where he's really going to fit in and how many minutes he's actually going to get. So yeah, let's wait and see on that front, people. Let's wait and see, guys. So yeah, it is what it is with Maatsen, but yeah, I think it's it's apparently just a bit of breaking news on Lewis Hall, guys. Hall will join Crystal Palace on loan for the season, but it is now increasingly likely he will not sign a long-term extension before leaving. Hall has 3 years left after a 1-year option was triggered this summer, but he does not want to sign a new contract yet. Chelsea initially planned on keeping Hall as a squad player this season, but the player wanted to play week in, week out. Chelsea had no intention to sell with the top clubs interested, so a loan was agreed. Chelsea will hope to convince the player and agree a new long-term contract. And the fact that he's got 3 years left on his deal means that isn't a massive issue, that he doesn't want to sign a new contract right now. I think that's fair enough. He'll want to see how he does and how he gets on. But yeah, you know, it's an interesting one, people. It is an interesting one. Let's kind of wait and see what happens on that front. People, final 4 likes, guys, to the 100. Don't be freeloading the content, guys. 4 of you people, 81 locked in on my channel. Let's knock those final 4 likes on. Come on, guys. Let's get the job done. Final 4 likes. Hover over that thumb button. Give it a click if you haven't done so already. It does massively help out. Let's get these last 4 likes boxed off before the end of the stream. We're still on 96. 4 more likes, guys. Come on, people. There's 4 of you lurking in the chat that haven't done it. So please hover over the thumb button. Give it a click. Let's get this to 100 likes again. It means a lot. It's really helpful, guys. So please, let's get it done, people. What else have we got? He can play 10-2. Poch the transform Maatsen to an attacker, as how he did with Bell. Well, Poch didn't do it with Bell. It was Redknapp. But yeah, look, I think that's obviously the main example that there is in this sort of thing. It's the standout example. But yeah, look, there's no reason why Maatsen can't convert to a more attacking type player for sure. Exactly, Maatsen can play these positions: winger, left back, and 10. Yes. Come on, people. I think Douglas Luiz of Aston Villa would be a perfect alternative for Caicedo. Again, Luiz is a name that always gets linked. He's been linked with Arsenal before. He's been linked with Spurs. I think he has possibly been linked in the past with Chelsea as well. So yeah, let's wait and see what happens on that front. How much would you say Hall worth if Chelsea wants to sell him? 50 plus easily. Very smart by Hall. Next season, when he has 2 years left and returns to Chelsea, Chelsea will have to either sell him or use him. Exactly it. Do you still think we're going to get another striker in or not really? I think it depends, mate. It depends on this Vlahovic-Lukaku swap deal. If that goes through, then yes, we will. If that Lukaku swap deal doesn't go through, then I don't think we will at all. Not a big deal if he doesn't sign with 3 years left. He will want to see the pathway next year when he comes back. Yeah, exactly. This is it. Saka was a left back as well. Yeah, he was actually. No, I don't have a picture with Hazard. No. Yes, Aaron, big up from Trinidad. Big up for tuning in. Massively appreciated. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys, from all around the world. It is massively appreciated. Keep running the likes up, as I said. Probably a good choice by Hall. Absolutely. Calvin Phillips. I don't see Calvin Phillips leaving Man City. Obviously, all options are still open, but I personally don't see Calvin leaving Man City, guys. Is there any confirmation about the Nkunku injury? There's confirmation in terms of that Chelsea are hopeful that he's going to miss weeks rather than months. But again, there's no absolute time frame on it. So we don't know what the situation is going to be on that one. So we're just going to have to wait and see. We're just going to have to wait and see. But yeah, it's certainly an interesting one. It is certainly an interesting one, guys. So yeah, it is what it is. I don't know. I really don't know. But yeah, let's wait and see, people. Let's wait and see on that one. But yeah, Nkunku, I think, is almost certain to miss the Liverpool game. Any further than that, we're going to have to wait for official confirmation from the club, because we do not have any confirmation from the club as of yet on that. In terms of other news, people, what other news have we got to go through before we look at rounding this one out very shortly? Guys, any of you got any questions in the chat at all? Then fire them in. We've probably got another 5 or 10 minutes to go, and then I will round this one out. I mean, people, what are you saying on the Lukaku-Vlahovic swap deal? I mean, that still hasn't come through yet. We'll hopefully get some more updates on that very soon. But as of yet, the Lukaku swap deal hasn't actually happened yet. I would be happy if Lukaku leaves as soon as possible. Yep, absolutely. Is it true Chelsea are putting a new offer for Caicedo? Yep, there will be a new offer for Caicedo at some point. I just don't know when that's coming, people. I don't know when it's coming, but it is coming at some point, guys. It's coming at some point, but I can't tell you at what point it is going to come. But at some point, it is coming. And I think that's fair to say. At some point, it is going to come. And, we'll have to hopefully, we'll have to hope that's the one we can get. You Chelsea fans should stop comparing Colwell to Saliba. Mate, Arsenal fans massively overhype Saliba. He's a good player, but Thiago Silva's better than him. Levi Colwell is maybe not right now better than him, but absolutely has got the potential to be better than him. But yeah, Saliba, obviously, we don't want bottlers at the club. So Saliba, another one that partook in the Arsenal bottle job. So yeah, Saliba, good, but nowhere near as good as Arsenal fans like to make him out to be. Guy, take a loss on Cuckoo, fair. I think we will take a loss on Cuckoo anyway. And Azar says if Maatsen stays, he'd like to play as a winger or a 10, fair. We need 2 more players up front and a DM, maybe. I think Pochettino will tell us when he does his press conference on the Nkunku injury update before match day. I think we'll get something before then. Is it true that Chelsea are putting a new offer? I think it will be true, yes. Ashley Cole started life as a striker. Yeah, no, yeah, it does happen. Players do change positions, guys. If Caicedo signed on deadline day, for instance, is he going to fit in straight away? Yeah, I think he will. Obviously, it's not ideal if he does sign on deadline day. Of course, it's not ideal. But yeah, I absolutely think that we've got decent possibilities that Caicedo will slot straight in. Are we still optimistic that Caicedo is coming? Yes, but each day that passes by is a day where it's another day closer to the window closing, and another day that makes it more likely not to happen. Plus another day where more players, where more clubs could potentially come in for him. So yeah, let's wait and see on that one. I'm still confident it will happen. Lukaku to Real Madrid, since they don't have a centre forward besides Joselu. Oh, listen to this guy. Honestly, what an absolute joke. Would rather we went with Santos and Chukwu over 100 million on Caicedo. I wouldn't, because we need someone to go into the midfield and transform it right now. And that is not the case with either of those players. Obviously, those 2 players, very, very good. High potential, high ceiling. I think will be very good players for Chelsea in the future. But yeah, that is not good enough to go into the season with. We in my opinion, we absolutely have to sign Moises Caicedo, and we must do everything we can in order to get that done, people. But yeah. Let's see what other transfer news there is, if any has come in, people. Otherwise, we'll look to begin to round this one out. Has anyone got any questions? Bang them in the chat, guys. Last 5 minutes or so, and then we will look to round this one out. This was the news that I was gonna bring up, actually. Let me just quickly remove that. Present. Share screen. Let's quickly bring it up now. So yeah, every day, this is Fabrizio. Every day there are many stories related to Moises Caicedo, but nothing has changed. Chelsea fans want to know what is happening, and I can say that the club and Brighton remain in talks. Chelsea will insist on signing the player, that's for sure. The coming days will see the negotiation continue. I have no idea what happens in the case where it isn't done this summer, as this is something that the two clubs have never discussed. Chelsea's focus remains on getting Caicedo this summer. So Chelsea are very much focused on still getting Caicedo. So let's wait and see what happens on that front, guys. You know, that's thing. Chelsea are still set on wanting to get Caicedo. What else have we got here? Yeah, Colwell's going to be massive. Are you going to game for Ukraine? Yes, possibly. Just waiting to hear back on that one last minute, but yes, potentially. Potentially, yes. Chelsea are looking for a club in Brazil. Why not try and buy Santos? Well, yeah, Tony, we did try and buy Santos a while back, but that was rejected. That was rejected. We did try and buy Santos. In terms of pure ability, is Hazard the best in our history, or is it Zola? It's tough. It is tough. Different eras, of course. But yeah, no. In terms of ability, Hazard's like unbelievable. So Zola, it's such a tough choice. Such a tough choice to make. I'm confident we will wrap up Caicedo by the end of next week. I mean, yeah, I'm hopeful as well. As long as we get it done before the end of the window at this point, that's the most important thing now. I mean, it should have been done ages ago, but as long as we get it done before the window closes, that for me is absolutely the most important at this point in time, people. It's absolutely the most important at this point in time. But yeah, let's wait and see what happens, guys. What else is coming in? I feel like it's a point of pride now for Chelsea recruiting staff, and we'll end up going in for Caicedo 100 million. Yeah, I think we absolutely will end up doing that. There's no two ways about it, guys. We will end up doing it. But yeah, let's wait and see what happens on that front and how we get on. Is Washington the replacement loanee to Strasbourg, since we might be keeping Gabriel here instead? No, I'm not sure. I don't really know what it is. I mean, maybe Washington means the end of Eli Wahi. Who knows on that front either. Yeah, we do have some world-class players. That 12th place finish doesn't represent the quality of the squad that we've got. That was a one-off anomaly season. Sorry. It doesn't. We have got some very, very good players, but there's no denying it. But obviously, we're at a stage where we need all those players to gel. So yeah. You know, obviously that finish last season doesn't represent how good this squad is and where we are as a club. So yeah, we do have some top class players. No, but we're the most successful club in England in the last 20 years. So yeah, you'll have to hold that, unfortunately, brother. We're bigger than Arsenal. Obviously not bigger than United or Liverpool, but we are the most successful club in England in the last 20 years. So yeah, and that's absolute fact, and that cannot be denied. So yeah, there we are. After Strasbourg loan, what happens to players? Have to loan them elsewhere, unfortunately. Have to loan them elsewhere, or hope that we can buy another club ASAP and send some of them there instead. But yeah, people, I think going to look to round this one out. Guys, if we can get another couple of subscribers on the way out, that would be greatly, greatly appreciated, people. If we get another couple of subscribers on the way out, that would be massive. That would be massive. Bro, we are bigger than Arsenal. Mate, you had your best season in 20 years and won fuck all. Congratulations. Well done, brother. You won fuck all in your best season in 20 years. We had our worst season in 20 years and left with the same amount of trophies as you. You choked. You lost your bottle. And yeah, you're going to have to hold that. And you spent big money in the summer. And with that comes pressure. And we all know that Arsenal can't handle pressure. It's a North London thing. You love choking. So yeah, hold that, brother, unfortunately. But yeah, guys, hit the link in the chat. Subscribe to the channel on your way out. If we can hit another few more subscribers, guys, on the way out, that would be absolutely fantastic. Run the subscribers up, people. Keep hitting that subscribe button. The quicker we get to 5K, the quicker you'll have your chance to get your hands on a Chelsea training top of your choice. So there we go. There we go. These Arsenal fans are shameless and delusional. It's actually embarrassing. Yeah, where's your Champions League, mate? Where's your stars? Oh, you haven't got any stars. Yeah, oh, that's a shame, isn't it? West Ham got more European pedigree than you, man. So yeah, anyway, let's move on from this one, guys. Hit the link in the chat. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Smash the likes on the way out. Guys, I might be back with another stream later if there's any more breaking news. There'll probably be an upload on the channel a bit later on today as well. So yeah, thank you for tuning in, guys, at this earlier time. Still half decent numbers, not as good numbers as usual, but a different time. we'll be back tomorrow with a live rival watch along for the Community Shield. So stay tuned for that one, people. But yeah, take care, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll be back later on with a video upload on my channel. So make sure you're subscribed to check that one out. And yeah, take care. Up the Chelsea and peace out, guys.